Hello, my secretive, seductive Scorpios. Welcome, welcome. It is Sachi, and this month we're going to do something a little bit different. What we're going to do is take a look into, as Gabe's doing his jingle jangle, we're going to take a look into your current energy and what is your manifestation goal? What are you trying to manifest? Then we're going to see how we can take your current energy and transmute it into whatever your goal is that you are trying to achieve. So just a friendly reminder that the top 2 videos with the most likes will get a twin flame bonus reading later in the month. So if this resonates, please do hit that like button. All right, let's see, Scorpio, what energy are you currently in? We have music harmony in reverse. So this is telling me that things in your environment are not necessarily harmonious right now. You know, things are not coming together the ways that you wish they were. It's possible that you have stopped listening to certain types of music, but I'm feeling more so that you're feeling things just aren't really aligning in a way, right? It's like there might be a lot of things going on, but the way that they happen together aren't really going. This wanted to fall on the floor because you know, you can have like a violin and a piano and, you know, a harmonica and a tambourine, right? All of these instruments are very amazing on their own, but if they come together and all start, you know, playing and not listening to like a conductor, right? Someone who's kind of putting everything together, then it just sounds like a bunch of noise, and it's bad for our, you know, ears. Our ears don't like it. Our body and spirit won't resonate with that tune, that music. And that's kind of energetically what I feel is going on. We have the 7 of Fire coming out, and this is Uranus. So this could have to do with themes of Uranus, right? Right now, Uranus is in the constellation Aries in tropical. It is in Taurus, you know, a projected area on the ecliptic that is associated with Taurus. Really nothing to do with the constellation. You know, Uranus represents our relationship with science and technology and innovation and the way that things are going. So it's possible you might be having some difficulty with, you know, science or tech, or, you know, maybe the way that the metaverse is anchoring into our reality or something like that. Uranus also represents our relationship with humanitarianism and revolution. So there could be some energies like that you don't think are necessarily harmonious. It's also the planet of like surprise events. So it's possible that there could be something that is surprise that kind of messed up your vibe. Let's get a little bit more information. We have the 4 of Fire in reverse. So this is Mars coming out in reverse. So it feels like you feel like you can't take action towards something, right? Mars is the planet of taking action. It's also the planet of war. So I feel like you, it's like you kind of feel like other people should be up in arms and like, you know, doing something about what's going on in the world, and it's causing disharmony in your life because there's a lack of taking action. Mars is also a co-ruling planet of yours, right? Mars rules Aries, of course, and also rules you. It's your co-ruler along with Pluto. And it feels like how do I want to put this? It feels like you feel that you can't do anything about what's going on. It's kind of this like helpless and hopeless energy is what I'm feeling. I don't feel like you're depressed or anything like that. I don't feel like you're in the deep, dark, murky depths. But I do feel like you're like, okay, I can't do anything about this. And it's causing you to, you know, feel like things are out of whack. We have Clink using spinning attack and gear grind going right to the 4 of Fire. So like, look how these are aligned, right? And how things are working. It feels like you feel like you're just sort of like another cog in the machine. You know what I mean? And like, you know, the wheels just keep on turning. I feel like you're very, you don't like the way things are going in terms of how society is evolving, you know, technologically. Uranus is also, you know, class consciousness and psychological programming and things like that. And I feel like you've awoken to some of these things, and it's really, you know, grinding your gears here. We also have spinning attack. So again, I feel like it's just sort of going over and over and over again. This is steel energy. You know, it's a steel type. So I feel like part of this can be, you know, like protecting your energy. I feel like you're very reserved and sort of closed off at this time. Like you feel like you can't, again, you can't take action. There's like a really heavy metal right? Is a steel type, like a metal barrier between you and what you're trying to do. It says, interlocking two bodies and spinning around generates the energy that they need to live. So, you know, again, it's like things that come together in order to generate the way things need to work, right? And again, it's like multiple instruments. If they're not all following some sort of flow, then we don't like the way that things are going, right? But what I'm getting is that, like, even the way that things are going and sort of playing out together, the way that things are interlocked, you are really not having it, and you feel like you can't take action in order to change this. Let's see, what's the shadow here? We have Quagsire using landslide. So this is a fighting type. So again, I feel like you want to fight against this energy, but it feels like you can't for some reason, like you can't take the action. You know, the Four of Fire is also like a twin flame card for me. It's twin flame union. It's traditionally, you know, it's like two twin flames. It's also, you know, the sign of like, or the card of marriage or something like that. So, and it's talking about, you know, these two interlocking bodies in order to live. So it's possible that there could be some sort of separation in terms of like some sort of codependent relationship here. But again, there is a lot of fighting energy. So I feel like you want to fight whatever is going on, but you feel like you can't actually take action in order to do this. The attack landslide is actually a water attack here. So I feel like, you know, there's a lot of water that's just sort of landsliding. You know, it's like very overwhelming type emotions. But again, I don't feel like you're in a deep, dark place. It's more so like trying to emotionally detach from it. Basically, with Uranus here, it is the sign of fixed air. So it's kind of like, you know, emotionally detaching. It's the sign of the water bearer. So sort of like being separated from one's emotions. And even look at Quagsire here. It's a water type, but it's beached on land and like throwing sand on itself. So I do feel like you're trying to ground yourself here because of the landslide of emotions. It says, this carefree Pokemon has an easygoing nature. While swimming, it always bumps into boat hulls. So again, it's talking about a carefree nature. So I feel like you're trying not to care about this stuff. You're trying to have this sort of carefree energy. Again, this emotional detachment. But there's still this underlying, you know, disharmony when it comes to not being able to actually do something about it. Let's see. What's your goal here? What is Scorpio's goal? Okay, we have tree grounding in reverse, Milky Way perspective in reverse, and winter solstice reflection. So, you know, like I was saying here in the shadow, you know, it's like you're throwing sand on yourself to ground yourself, but the goal that you have is to not be grounded. So you don't want to be sort of anchored into whatever this situation is. With Milky Way perspective, you're also not trying to see it from a higher perspective. It's a very like no type energy, like no, this is the way it is and this is the data. Like Uranus also represents, you know, it's fixed air energy, very intellectual, very high vibrational thinking of, you know, here's the data, why, basically. So it's like you have your supporting data, so to speak, that you don't want to see things from a higher perspective. But we do have winter solstice here, which is reflection. So it does look like you want to sort of hold up a divine mirror to the situation. It's like you want someone to see something. Let's see. Tell us more about this. What is Scorpio's goal? This feels very cryptic, Scorpio, if I can say. I mean, I know you guys are secretive, but I can tell that you don't want certain, like, it's like you're not letting anybody in under the surface at this time. With Lammas in reverse, like, you're wanting to reflect this, right? And reflection is basically, right here we have it reversed, so the reflection of it would be upright. And Lammas in this deck represents the devil, okay? And the devil, you know, indicates any sort of toxic attachments that we may have in one's life, right? Overly attaching to something physical, eating too much, drinking too much, you know, physically depending on another person, you know, trying to manifest a person against their will, things like that. But in this deck, Lammas represents like, you know, after harvest, right? They've harvested, they've, you know, baked the bread, they've made the wine and stuff like that. And then Lammas comes and eats all their stuff and drinks all of it without actually helping along the way. You know, as they say, the devil enjoys the fruit of your labor. And I feel like that's what it is. You want people to reflect. It's like you want to hold a divine mirror up to the situation so that people can see how things are eating the fruit of their labor so that they no longer are eating the fruit of their labor. Excuse me. Wow, my throat chakra is like getting attacked. I don't know if like you don't like to talk about this or something. It's like you understand that you can't do anything about it. You have to show people for themselves, basically, is what I'm getting here. All right, let's see what the light energy is here. What's the light energy for Scorpio's goal? We have trainer, great ball. So trainer indicates somebody else in the situation. And great ball indicates like, you know, it's one step up from a Pokeball. And a Pokeball, I'm sure you're familiar, is used to catch Pokemon. And great ball is like a higher chance of getting it. And I feel like you understand that like, no matter what kind of, you know, tool you use, other people won't have a better way to sort of catch this understanding or get this. You know, they're not going to be able to catch it until, you know, they are able to see it for themselves in the mirror, basically. And it seems like your goal is to try to, you know, help up, you know, unground things so that people can see in this divine mirror in some sort of way. Let's see, what's the shadow here? You may even be the divine mirror. It's funny, Gemini got this same card and sort of the same message about the value, or, you know, the devil enjoying the fruit of our labor. So if you have Gemini placements or are dealing with a Gemini, I suggest you check that out. We have unknown using hidden power. Yeah, so unknown always represents, you know, something that is hidden and unknown. And like I was getting that, like I feel that energy, that there's some like hidden sort of under the surface energy that you're not accessing yet. With unknown using hidden power, I feel like that's what this is. It's like, you know that people, and whatever the situation is, that there's a lot of hidden power, that people, you know, aren't aware of the power that they have, especially, you know, psychically. This is how people think, you know, it's the third eye chakra. So it's our mentality and our, you know, cognitive power in regards to this situation. So again, I feel like you're understanding like, okay, people need to, you know, see this divine mirror to see how, you know, the fruits of their labor are being taken. There's nothing that I can do personally to increase their odds. It's more about, you know, just sort of uprooting things and, you know, waiting for them to see this hidden power. It says, shaped like ancient writing, it is a huge mystery whether language or unknown came first. So you could be maybe studying some like ancient mysteries or something like that. But it's talking about, you know, what came first, unknown or language. It's very much like what came first, the chicken or the egg, right? What came first, you know, good or bad? What came first, light or shadow? What came first, divine feminine or divine masculine? These are very, you know, big questions here. And I feel like there's a lot of hidden power in regards to this situation. You know, it feels like you're starting to understand this on an esoteric level. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like, you know, you've seen it from such a high perspective, but you know that other people can't. It's more about, you know, it's not about grounding them in. It's not about bringing people up to this high level. It's more so just reflecting it back at them for them to actually understand. So it feels like you're trying to teach people a lesson here, Scorpio. I don't really know how else to put it. It's very, very cryptic. Like I said, it's this ancient stuff. But let's see what Moon would like to bring us into the extended. The extended link is in the description box below. All of my extendeds are on my website. You can join with a 30-day free trial. Yeah, a time for healing in reverse. Yeah, so it looks like this is not, it's a time to take action. Yeah, this is not a time for the healing journey. This is for you actually to take action. And it looks like the energy that you're in right now is stopping you from being able to take action. So we're going to see how we can transmute this into, you know, actually doing this divine mirror energy that is your goal, and understanding what this hidden power is to, you know, sort of overcome the devil energy. So very, very interesting. If you'd like to follow me, into the description box below, the link is there. But if we part ways here, good luck with the situation. I'm sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.